back on STV Select News and with me Maria Gana to bring you this segment where we profile different prominent people. And today in our spotlight we have a very big man. Of course you're going to know who he is. I don't want to say more about himself yet. He's ready to talk about himself. And I want to welcome you, Dr. Musinguzi. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you for reaching out to us here. I also want to take this opportunity to greet the viewers out there. Thank you for tuning to STV. Yeah.
Yeah, so doctor, we want to know who you are, how people know you. You
Yes.
know, many times people look at us, they have their own perspective of who we are. So what do you think people know you about?
Well, my name is Dr. James Musinguzi, and I am the Executive Director of the Uganda Wildlife Conservation Education Center, popularly known as Entebbe Zoo. The time when we were growing up, we used to take buses and coasters and would pack food in the buses and come to the zoo. I am sure most viewers out there have fond memories of the zoo when we used to come and meet Zakayo. And along the way, the center or the zoo has been transformed into the Uganda Wildlife Conservation Education Center, whose main mandate is to carry out conservation education, rescue and rehabilitation of wildlife, captive breeding, and of course, it remains as a zoo for recreation and education. So I've been privileged to work here since 2005. It's about 15 years now. And I've been growing in ranks because I joined the zoo in 2005 on 15th of March as an education officer. By that time, I was a lecturer at Mbara University of Science and Technology. And when I saw an advert by the Uganda Wildlife Education Center, I applied and I was recruited as an education officer. I worked as an education officer for 1 year, and then I was promoted to acting manager for conservation education and information. Then I performed well. I was promoted to full manager. Then I became acting executive director. And after that, I convinced the board that I could work with the team here to transform this center. And so I was appointed as the executive director in 2008. It's now about 12 years.
Yeah.
Yes.
So everyone has a journey.
Yes.
So before reaching to where you are today, can you briefly give us a background of your life?
Yes.
Where you come from, who are your parents, how old are you?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I'm a born of July 1977. I'm not very old. I'm 43 years old. Yeah. Um, so I went to Kako Secondary School for my O-level, where I emerged the best student, and I went to Chivuli Secondary School. But I sat my A-level at Chambogo College School. I excelled and I was admitted at Mbara University of Science and Technology to undertake a Bachelor of Science degree in science education, which I did. I did chemistry and biology. I'm a scientist. I excelled. I got an upper second class degree while at Mbara University. But I also got involved in the affairs of running the university. I was a guild secretary, then became a guild president from Mbara University of Science and Technology. This was in 2001, to be able to participate in the management of student affairs, but also to have them well represented in the administration of the university. So I finished my degree in 2001, June, and I got a second class upper division degree. So the university made a decision, since I had performed well, both academically and administratively as a guild president, they decided to give me a job. Yeah, so I had got a leeway by government sponsoring for me a diploma, but here came a degree opportunity, which I joined.
Now we want to know, is
Yes.
Dr. Msing a married person? How many children does he have? How does he cope up his life with the family and business and all that? How would you balance all that? Because according to your story, it seems you're a very busy person. How would you handle family and business?
Okay. It is a delicate balance. I am married. I have children whom I love and cherish so much. So yes, I put a lot of time to my work, but of course I also give time to my family. Yeah, I also give time to co-curricular activities. I exercise. So it's just a matter of proper planning. I plan my work very well. I plan my family time very well. I come, work, but also meet family and we interact. What I try to do is to ensure that office work remains in the office. And when I go home, I have time to interact with my family. We go out over the weekends. We go to the village, check on the projects there, but also go out for recreation because it is important that I have an impact on my family, on my children, so that they are well brought up for them to be formidable and responsible citizens in society.
So we know you're the AD of work, and you're doing a lot of things, I know.
Yes.
Besides that, what else do you do? Or you only put your emphasis here?
Well, I put emphasis here, but like any other human being, I do a lot of social work where I try to work hard to see how to uplift society. I'm a member of the Lions Club, so we do charity. I am also an active member of my church. I participate a lot. I'm the secretary of the Fathers Union, so I participate a lot in church affairs and activities, but also I do farming. I do farming back home in the village to be able to earn an extra income. I want to tell you and the viewers out there that salary can never be enough. And therefore it is very important that you look out for some other alternative of income. So I do farming as well.
So where did you pick the interest of tourism and all that?
My major interest actually started in environmental management and conservation because in my day-to-day interaction, I realized that we need each other as animals and plants. Unfortunately, as a result of poverty, as a result of lack of awareness, there has been unprecedented levels of environmental degradation, mainly as a result of lack of awareness. And of course, as a teacher, when I finished my first degree, I thought that I should specialize in biology, conservation biology, for me to be able to contribute to the restoration of the environment, to the restoration of degraded environment and ecosystems, mainly through awareness creation and education.
Now, on the point of tourism, we had faced a pandemic globally. So I don't know how, I want to know how the UWAC has faced the challenge of the pandemic. How have you coped up with the situation?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for that good question. COVID-19 pandemic affected us real hard because as a center, the money that we were using for operations was largely coming from the entrance fees that we were getting from the gate, but also from our restaurant, from our accommodation, because the viewers out there need to know that we have a very good restaurant here. We have the longest beach line in Entebbe, 360 meters. We have accommodation, we have cottages, apartments, camping facilities, conference facilities. So we used to get money from the entrance fees, but also from these other amenities. Now, all that was cut off because COVID-19 meant that we had to close down the center. So we closed the zoo to the public and we had to encamp 30% of our workers or colleagues here. But I want to take this opportunity to thank the government of Uganda, Ugandans and non-Ugandans out there, because what we did, we aggressively went out there and told the public our problem. I want to thank Ugandans and non-Ugandans for the contribution they made. And I want specifically to thank in a special way the Indian Association of Uganda because they brought us food every week for the animals to survive. As a result of COVID-19 or as a result of lack of food, the animals were very well looked after, the staff salaries were well paid, and the animals are in very good healthy condition, waiting for the Ugandans out there and non-Ugandans to come and see them. So I want to take this opportunity to invite the visitors out there, please come and visit. The zoo is open. There are robust standard operating procedures like you did go through.
Yeah, true.
That will make sure that you remain safe when you're here, including taking of the temperature, social distancing, sanitization. You must work hard. You must have a role model. You know, whom do you look up to? But also you must know what you want. Don't be swayed around by bandwagons. You must know what you want, and you must be patient in life. Things take time. Things take time, but if you know what you want, if you are hardworking, if you are focused, and you network very well, you'll be able to get what you want. You be patient, believe in yourself, know what you want, work hard, network, because your network is your net worth. So it's very important that you explore out there for you to be able to be what you want.
Yes, our audience, I can't thank you enough for keeping it STV. That was Dr. Musinguzi. He has told you his story, and it has been really interesting. I know you've learned something out of his story, and please, just as he has said, please let's support our tourism in Uganda. Let's not just wait for others to come and enjoy our own. Let us enjoy it before they come to enjoy, so that we can brag about it. So this is Select News, Anna Maria Dana. Thank you for watching. See you next time.